Getting ready to step into your career era? Set yourself apart with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Hone your skills with apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more, powered with the latest in creative AI. Students save over 55% so you can build a portfolio you're proud of. Launch your future with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Visit adobe.com/students to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by CBS. DMV is a brand new workplace comedy turning misery into magic and chaos into comedy. Starring Harriet Dyer and Tim Meadows, DMV is here to serve you laughs. Watch Mondays at 8:30, 7:30 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
I mean, hiring outside the organization, it's a start. But are they going to let him have any authority, or does he just have to be a
this
yes
is a
man?
problem
You
from
know
the
what I
top.
mean?
Hey,
Ownership issue.
not to interrupt.
Then why are you interrupting?
Am I blocked in the group text thread or something? I have all these messages that are still unread. I have like 33 messages that you guys haven't seen.
I knew it was going to come up.
I knew it was going to come up.
You blocked me?
Yes, Andrew, we blocked you. You
Oh my
expressed
God.
some views we weren't very fond of.
Views on what?
You said Leonardo's the best Ninja Turtle.
Leonardo is the
That's
best Ninja Turtle.
That
You
is
guys
outstandingly
blocked
stupid.
me for
Bullshit.
that.
And it's
You're
part of the
sick.
problem. And it's
You're
the reason
sick.
why culture continues to crumble. And I will not associate with you
You're
anymore about
sick.
this.
Oh
Adam,
my
I am
God.
done. I'm hanging up this podcast.
You know what? Thank God we got a letter about this exact thing, because we got to tackle this with you two assholes today.
We have a letter about the Ninja Turtles? Because I could go for a full hour.
No, I wish. It's about blocking people whose opinion you don't like.
Well, we'll get into it on today's episode of Advice Fight.
Cowabunga, dudes.
We're here to help you mostly just fine. Advice Fight. I think I'm wrong 'cause I know I'm right. Advice Fight. I say advice, you say fight. I say advice, you say fight. Advice, fight, advice, fight, advice, fight, advice, fight.
Cowabunga! It is another episode of Advice Fight. Surfs up on the Competitive Advice Podcast. My name's Adam Caton Holland.
I'm Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal.
And there is a massive crime wave in the city right now. Rumor has it, it is the Foot that is instigating all of these
Who you gonna
crimes.
call? Ninja Turtles! You can just change the song for that.
Yeah.
No, they're not. It's
You guys like
actually
You like that?
the Ninja Turtles won't be doing it. It'll be the National Guard.
Right.
yeah.
Sorry.
The National Guard.
Did you guys see that viral footage of the Ninja Turtles beating the shit out of those ICE agents?
No, the National Guard is really just radicalized Casey Jones. That's all it is. It's like Casey Jones got
Yeah.
the internet. He's got some ideas.
It's
and
great
he's out
that
there
all
to
these
police.
wannabe vigilantes now have an outlet. That was something that American culture needed. It was like a professional outlet for vigilantism.
Exactly. And there is one now that makes more than teachers. Welcome to Advice Fight.
Yeah, if you don't know what this is the world's first and we believe to be only competitive advice podcast where we will give advice, but more importantly, we will crown a winner as to who gave the best advice. That's the most important part. We don't give a shit about your
It
problems.
has gotten pretty intense here in Advice Fight land. Andrew has 11 wins. Ben has 10. I am pulling up the rear with 9 wins. And here's the thing. No one knows how many wins it takes to get a championship. We've never established this.
We're playing forever. We're playing forever.
That's not us. That's not us.
Thanks, Ben. And I've noticed you've put down your phone, which means you might be ready to play.
I'm ready to play.
In record time, I might add.
I think
Ben's joining
today.
the podcast. Ben, welcome.
Thank you so much. I think today is such an interesting letter because I do think that this is something that so many people are going to relate to. This is something that we're all struggling with right now. And it relates to the divided nature of our culture right now. But I wanted to ask you both before we get to it, do you have friends or family members that you still associate with that do believe or subscribe to opinions that are so opposite of yours and so outside of what you believe and what you value right now? Do you have those people in your life? Like people you're close to, legitimately close to?
I mean, it's a hard answer for me.
I don't, unless they're keeping it a secret, which could always be the case. And even some people might espouse certain beliefs because they want to get along with someone, and they might not believe those beliefs. But as far as I know, no, I don't really have that.
Most of the people in your life seem to align pretty well with you ideologically.
Yeah, at least enough so that it,
You can
it
tolerate
isn't something
them.
that I haven't had to get into it with them.
What about you, Adam?
Yeah, for me, it comes down to politics. And I don't know, we're in America right now talking about this, so it's gotten pretty fucking insane. It's no longer like, I'm a fiscal conservative, so I vote for the Republicans. It's a full-on culture war. So, like, politically, I really can't stomach anyone who entertains the other side of my belief. Katie's parents are that, and, I'll see them at holiday functions and things like that, and I don't bring it up. Katie's brought it up with them once or twice, and it's gone terribly. So those are the only people in my life who are that a different political bent than me, truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my immediate day-to-day life. If I see them on social media, like when everybody was like, you can't say anything bad about Charlie Kirk, he's a saint, this and that, surprising friends would pop up showing some sort of in memoriam of Charlie Kirk with like an inspirational quote and ignoring all the vile he's spewed, the vile bile he's spewed for decades. And I would just unfriend. I just use it as a reason to unfriend every one of them. And then I have a list. I got a lot of people waiting to be my friend. Come on board. Hop in. And then I just get rid of those people.
It's like an exclusive nightclub. You
It
can only
is.
have so many
Better
people, and there's a
brag right there.
it's a
Adam's
Adam's
friendship pool has a fire code, and
one
he's
out for
sticking
Adam
to it.
friendships.
Yeah. The fire marshal comes into Adam's friend list, and he's like, "Way too many people in here. Way too many people." This friend list isn't up to code. Yeah, on that same point, it's funny that the Charlie Kirk thing is a perfect example because I saw people kind of popping up and threatening to get political, like people who have been very benign politically, and they're like, I'm gonna have to start getting political. And anytime anyone threatens to get political, you know that they're harboring the most dog shit political opinions of all time. No one has ever threatened to get political and been like, you guys want to start a composting initiative? It's always the most fucked up opinion that they're hiding. No one is hiding stuff like, hey, I think old people should ride the bus for free. Like that, no one's hiding that kind of opinion.
You want to get political? More arts funding in public schools. Fight me.
It's just funny when people...
we all know this, and I freely admit...
You're MAGA.
That you're MAGA.
That I am not... I'm certainly not afraid to speak up about what I believe, but I also... Because I think of where I grew up and the people in my life, and I do... It's sometimes, to a fault, try to see the good in people. I definitely have quite a few people that I associate with that I don't agree with, vehemently disagree with. And the three of us have debated as to how to handle this. Do you isolate them? Do you cut them off? At what point? And I admitted I struggle with that because a lot of these people, especially family members and people that I grew up around, have been there for me during dark times. They're the type of people I know care deeply about their families. They care deeply about the people around them, where they live, and I think are being misled.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's good to meet those people with empathy and compassion and maybe try to change the mind if you care about them. But we need to get into that in the advice portion.
Yeah. So I don't want to get into that.
I want to give one particularly galling example of a Charlie Kirk unfriending. I saw this dude on Facebook who I played soccer with growing up. He's from Mexico. His mom was from Mexico, first generation. We were friends when we were 11, 12, 13. We would watch Jean-Claude Van Damme movies together. I would spend the night over there. And like his mom was from Mexico, and there was a woman in his house who was an older sister, but she was like way older, like the mom's age, and I couldn't figure it out, and I put it together as I got older. They were saying she was the sister because she was an illegal immigrant that they had brought over. And now Jose is just like radicalized and is like propping up Charlie Kirk. And I was like, buddy, your fucking aunt you pretended was your sister and harbored as an illegal immigrant forever because she couldn't be, and no one should have, I didn't have any problem with it, but you're just like, you're turning against your own family because of this dumb shit you're seeing on your fucking laptop. Like, shut up.
My grandparents were first generation. They immigrated here, the Quebecois crossing the border into New England. That group of people was demonized, vilified. They called us the N-words of the Northeast.
Jesus Christ.
And I have family members now who subscribe to the
Demonization.
deportation and demonization. And I'm like, do you forget that we were that?
Like 2 generations ago. Like
and now we prosper. Like we're great people, just like every other culture will if you give them the chance.
Mixed SpaghettiOs.
And
right? Franco-American.
I hate you so much.
Is it not Franco-American?
Hey, I want to say that I want to go on record as saying I think it was wrong of Maine to treat those people that way, and I'm sorry they did that to you.
Adam, you are so brave. Can I do a bravery acknowledgement for Adam for standing up and being brave right now?
I really 100% believe that it was wrong,
saying,
and I'm sorry that happened to your ancestors. I truly believe that.
Members of my family seem to have forgot that less than 100 years ago.
Yeah, members of a lot of families have forgotten that.
I noticed that when I lived in Los Angeles. I noticed this very deep disconnect. Milo had friends whose parents who were deeply prejudiced, Latino families who were deeply prejudiced against people they feel that had come here illegally.
I played soccer with a Peruvian kid, and he was telling me a lot of old school, he calls them old school Hispanic heads, are really hardcore immigration because they think these new people coming in have it way easier than they had it. And they don't have to like fight as hard and this and that. And they think Biden gave them a free pass and it's bullshit. And it is this sort of short-sighted, like, well, just because you had a hard plight doesn't mean that
it's like how people are against student loan forgiveness because they're like, I paid mine off. Everyone must suffer.
Exactly. And but it is very typical of like dividing these sort of lower tier factions against each other. Be like, make them the enemy.
And I would also argue that the quote unquote newer people that are here did not have it easy getting here.
Well, especially now. I mean, fucking Christ.
No, but also before that. I mean, we've all heard the terrifying stories about how people from Central and South America and from Mexico arrive here.
Ask anyone like, hey, I want you to walk to the Honduras from here. You're going to walk. I'm giving you a backpack. You're going to walk. They'd be like, go fuck yourself.
Catch trains.
I'm absolutely not going to walk to the Honduras. Yeah, you are. You're going to walk. You're going to walk.
Why do you call it the Honduras?
Is that not what you say?
Well, what you say, the Honduras, I would just say walk to Honduras, but you call it the Honduras. I'm just curious.
Yeah, what is it?
What is that?
Sounds like a cool indie band.
Yeah, it does sound like a cool indie band. I would say, hey, Andrew, walk to Honduras. I wouldn't say, Andrew, walk to
you're going to see
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. I'm doing like the Batman thing that people do.
It's a weird. It just really took me out of this conversation.
Yeah,
like,
sorry. You're right.
Well,
no, they're not like islands.
Walk to the Mexico.
They're not like
going to walk to the Mexico.
I have a feeling this episode is gonna create some dialogue, and that's good. I think it's good for us to have a dialogue.
Central America. I'd try. See how you do walking to the Central
Andrew,
America.
you're the best reader. You know what? I want to try reading for once. I'm going to read today.
Holy smokes, my boy is proud of himself. He's been putting in the work to get better at reading.
I found some old Hooked on Phonics cassettes, and I've been playing them in the chest of my Teddy Ruxpin. So
at the gym, it's a problem.
While clutching it to your
chest.
I
bring them to the gym. I set them on the bench while I'm doing squats. Feelers. Don't know what that word is.
Oh my God, you already blew it. You already blew it.
No, fellas. I'd like your advice on dealing with friends and acquaintances when it comes to social and political issues. I often feel guilty because I tend to completely cut somebody out of my life if I realize we have opposing beliefs on certain subjects. For example, I've had an old work friend for years that we weren't even ever super close, but always got along superficially and hung out at metal shows and stuff. Then he started posting on social media about his apparent love of Trump, anti-LGBTQ, etc. I have no desire to argue, and I'm not going to change anybody's mind. So at a certain point, I just blocked him on socials and blocked his phone number with no discussion. It's been a few months, and I just happened to look at blocked messages on my phone, realizing he's left me a couple voicemails concerned that I disappeared and wanting to know if I was okay. Part of me wants to let him know that, yeah, I'm fine, but part of me says, fuck that guy. What do I do? Yours truly, TC Libby in Minnesota. TC, regular listener, longtime listener of this
First-time
podcast,
letter
friend
writer.
of the pod. Yeah. TC, thanks for the letter. You know what?
TC,
You
what
came
a
to the
great,
right place.
great initials. Great initials.
Oh, yeah. TC is great. One of my favorite authors, TC Boyle. We've talked about this. Adam doesn't like him, but I do.
Also, TC in Minnesota, Twin Cities. It all comes together.
Yeah.
It all comes
Do
together.
you think his name's like something he didn't like? And he's like, fuck it, I'm Twin Cities Libby.
I'm Twin
Thaddeus
Cities Boyle
Colton, Libby.
Let's
Or
work
if
on
you want
that.
to say it how Andrew says countries, he's the Columbia Libby.
Let's save this. We're going to play around with that in the second half while we're giving our advice. When we give our advice, we will give it to what we think his acronym stands for. We'll come up with some things for you, TC. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. We got to pay some bills. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Grolic Saves. You won't have to listen to the commercials. That's a selling point. Plus fourth act, plus some boy crazies. You're going to want to check that out. In the meantime,
Footage of the live show. We're popping in that dope sketch we did.
all
sorts
the
of stuff.
sketch.
Ron
Yeah,
said
there's
he's
stuff
on that
coming up
imminently,
there.
so I imagine it might be there right now. But yeah.
Yeah. So check out the Patreon, and if you support us, thank you so much. Otherwise, we will be right back. Stay tuned.
Toot toot.
This episode is brought to you by Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is the ultimate all-out warfare experience. Rip through the skies in aerial dogfights. Demolish your surroundings for a strategic advantage. Harness complete control over every action and movement using the kinesthetic combat system. Drop into multiplayer with your squad, or fight furiously as a member of the Dagger 1-3 squad in a gritty, adrenaline-fueled single-player campaign where you'll defend a world on the edge of collapse.
This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus has movies. So many movies. The movies you've seen 1,000 times and could watch 1,000 more. Iconic movies your friends can't believe you haven't seen. New movies, classic movies, new takes on classic movies. So whether you're into Top Gun or The Naked Gun, Mean Girls or Mission Impossible, Smurfs or Sonic the Hedgehog, there's a mountain of movies to discover on Paramount Plus. Start streaming today.
Comcast is committed to bringing access to the internet to all Americans, including rural communities across the country, like Sussex County, Delaware.
We were being left behind. Everybody around us seemed to have internet, but we did not. High-speed internet is one of those good things that we needed to help us move our farming, our small businesses, our recreation forward.
Learn more about how we're bringing our next generation network to more people across the country at ComcastCorporation.com/investment in America.
And we are back thanks to the magic of podcasting. Welcome to Act 2. We have a letter from TC Libby in Minnesota, a letter that I think almost everyone can identify with. Sometimes the letters, they seem very specific to a person. I feel like this is one that I would imagine, unless you're truly on autopilot these days and not interacting, I feel like this is something
Everything's
that
all right here.
you are dealing with.
I don't think that Terrence Cotton Libby is the first human being to ever have that happen.
So this letter is all about, what do you do when a friend or an acquaintance has not just different opinions, but opinions within this culture war, as Adam put it, where it's not just simply like, I think the government should be a little bit more fiscally conservative with my taxes, and more like, I don't think people should be kidnapped by an extrajudicial force of masked people. Like,
Yep.
So the opinions are...
Well, I think we know where Andrew stands.
I used to have a joke. I'd be like, I'm a veteran of the culture wars, and now that's like real. that's happening.
Well, for those people who are listening for the first time, here are the rules. We each get 3 minutes. When you get down to your last minute, you will hear this sound. That's it. At the end, we will choose a winner. Whoever won last time gets to pick first. That was Andrew. Andrew gets to choose the order.
Now,
Yep,
there's an
Andrew is
opinion I
winning.
like.
9, 10, 11.
Don't know what Andrew just did.
That made Adam so mad.
Like
and it was
he went
worth
out
it.
of the side of his mouth, but it was the side of the. I didn't get it. But
It was a
Andrew
cutesy
gets
aside, and it was a little too cute for my liking.
Andrew gets to pick today. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's all about what do you do? What do you do when you realize someone in your social sphere has these counter opinions that you don't just casually disagree with, you disagree with on a like fundamental level. So I'll pick who goes first. Since Ben is right behind me and he's also looking at his phone right now, I'm gonna have Ben go first. Ben, get in the octagon.
surprising.
Shove him in there. Shove him in there.
I was actually
He's
looking.
in.
I was
Get him in
actually
there.
looking at it.
3,
Lower
2,
lock, upper
1.
lock, middle lock.
Advice.
No, don't do
Yeah,
what?
buddy.
Oh, I'm already
You're
in
in
here.
it.
Timer's going.
All right.
Wasting
Here's my
seconds.
advice, and it is not going to be popular. I know that.
Suck their dick.
I think you should
I was
bend
guessing.
over and suck your own dick.
That's not popular. That guy's the star of the party.
Have we thought
Now,
of
listen,
sucking
turd
MAGA
cutter
dudes'
Libby.
dicks?
Turd Cutter Libby. Here's what I think you should do.
Turd Cutter Libby's a
You
good one.
obviously spent some time with this person. You obviously know this person. Adam and Andrew and I have had this conversation, and I have always thought until it gets to a point where it is terminal and it is a civil war, the best thing you can do is try to be diplomatic and try diplomacy, because ultimately, to me, the point of this fight that we are all having for the heart and soul of this country and for the ideological soul of this country is not to be right. It is to change minds so that we can hopefully help people that we feel are being persecuted right now because of who they are. I believe you should reach out to this person. I believe you should say, hey, I'm sorry. I took a little bit of time off. I just want to say, I've seen some of your posts and it's hard for me because I have a lot of friends and people I care about that you are disparaging when you post stuff like that. And it's really hard because I do know you're a good person. And I do know that you are not somebody who is necessarily doing this to be evil or to hurt anybody. You believe that this is going to make culture and better and people healthier. I don't agree with that. And so it's made it very difficult. I think being honest and having a dialogue about that is the best. I will never believe that isolating a group of people ideologically is safe. I believe that you are more likely to change someone's mind if they like you and they care about you and they think you are sensitive to and willing to hear them out. Now, listen, there will come a time where push comes to shove and you may have to choose a side. That may come. I know what side I'm going to be on. It sounds like you do. But until that day comes, I will do everything I can to try to understand and try to find a way to make them understand where I'm coming from. That's my opinion. I understand a lot of people are not going to like that and they're going to hate me for it. But that is my opinion. That's my advice. Time.
Wow, with 15 seconds to spare.
I know, and you just shoved me in there.
I know. You didn't even need,
Maybe that's how you need it. You need that tough love.
Very sincere out the gates, approached by Ben. Not surprised necessarily. We've talked about this at length. I knew Ben would try to olive branch it and hear the other side out a little bit for the sake of perhaps changing their mind. Noble effort. I agree with that.
I can't tell if you're going to shit on me. I'm just going to be honest with you, Adam. It's hard because there are a lot of pauses. And there were a lot of pauses.
Cadence,
and I don't
the
know where
cadence
led.
led.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it leads me to believe.
Much like the way your grandparents were treated as they tried to find new opportunity in Maine, and I feel terrible for how they were treated, and I'm sorry that happened to them. I'm being sincere.
Adam, have I applauded you for your bravery in taking this moment to acknowledge
taking a stance and
happened.
standing with the
I think it
French
shouldn't
Canadians?
have happened. I think it was wrong, and I'm sorry they had to go through that.
Because a lot of people have been letting Maine just skate by on these old prejudices, but not Adam, and I appreciate it.
Look at. I'm dead serious though. If you look at how vehemently. They were fucking hated. And now there's a fleur-de-lis on every fucking corner in New Orleans. And, you know, even when I went to Louisville, Kentucky, the fleur-de-lis is everywhere. French pride, people love it. People in Maine, the French Canadians are no longer viewed as that because they were given a chance to prosper and thrive.
Andrew.
Anyway, let's go ahead, Andrew.
It's Adam's turn. Get in the Toctagon.
Oh, it's Adam's. Adam, get in the Toctagon. You are in there. Adam, are you ready to dispense your advice? Are you ready?
I am.
All righty. Adam's in the Toctagon. He's ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Advice.
Thank you for your letter, Tasty Chocolate Libby in Minnesota. You blocked this person because
I sort of love Tasty Chocolate.
You didn't like their views. You blocked them on social media. You blocked their phone number. Then you just happened to check your block messages, and he had left a couple of voicemails concerned that you disappeared, and he wanted to know if you were okay. All right. Let's call this motherfucker's bluff. Hit him back. Say, hey, it's me, Tasty Chocolate Libby. I have disappeared. I'm in a prison in fucking El Salvador right now.
Oh, shit.
They fucking airlifted me over here. I was just watching an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, and they kicked down my fucking door, and they put me in a van, and they flew me to El fucking Salvador. And I'm here with all these people who just fucking watched RuPaul's Drag Race. You've got to fucking help me. Please. Call JD Vance.
This is
tweet
fucking
at
genius.
Trump. Get me the fuck out of here. They've disappeared me in the night. This is the regime we're under. Oh my God. If this means anything, if this relationship ever meant anything to you,
I hate it.
do everything in your fucking powers to free me. I'm a good dude.
He still has half his time. He still has half his time left.
Shows. I fucking like their little quips that they make. I like how they sashay away. I love the fucking lip syncing competitions. I think they should be allowed to fucking do it. I don't want to die here in this prison.
He's also sinking in frame somehow.
One minute.
I'm not okay. So if this
left,
relationship ever meant anything to you, my fucking homie, realize America's gotten a little off the rails and fucking reach across the aisle. This could be life or death. Oh shit, I gotta go. Click. I'm done.
All right.
Okay. All right. Time.
Wow.
Time with like 20-something seconds to spare or something.
So,
that was
call his bluff with a little act of acting.
Yeah, a little
Damn it.
ruse.
I hate it.
A little
Damn
ruse.
it. I hate it.
But the
it was
ruse
good gameplay.
is...
It was funny. It was on point.
And here's part of what
it's
you guys
good.
may have missed is that the ruse was a
hate
metaphor for what is going on currently.
No one
he's
missed
trying
that,
to
Adam.
show the friend.
No one
hey,
missed
buddy,
that, Adam.
It's happening
God
to someone
damn
you
it.
know. So like
God
other people,
damn it.
it's and through the metaphor, I think his buddy will realize, oh yeah, it's real. Okay, so that's what I was doing in case you guys missed it. But it was kind of just like
No one missed it. But
lesson.
God
It
damn,
was like a
Adam.
lesson
It was
he
implied.
teaching.
That was good.
Okay.
All right. Now he's ruining it. But
It
thank
was
you.
a
Adam.
lesson. He's not actually in El Salvador. It was like,
Got
but
it.
this is happening.
I got
Thank you.
Thank
You
you,
get it?
bud. Thanks,
Thank
bud.
Got it?
you.
Yep. Thank you,
Okay.
bud. Thanks, bud.
Okay.
All right.
Just wanted to
All
make sure
right.
you guys understood that it was
It's
a
my
lesson.
turn. Man, it's tough going last because you have an idea of what you're going to say, and then Adam just steals it right from under
That was
you.
your approach?
Yeah. No,
Wow,
it wasn't
shit.
that.
We've been hanging out too much together. We should take a break.
All right.
Damn. That was good. All right, Andrew, you're in the Toctagon. Go ahead and climb on in.
I'm in there.
Let's get you on in there. Are you ready to dispense your advice today?
I'm ready.
How are you
I'm
feeling?
ready, baby.
All right. Andrew is in there. Andrew, you are locked into the Toctagon. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Advice.
All right. Well, Ben's advice sounds great. It sounds good to me, but I would never give you Titus Crabwise advice that I myself wouldn't follow. And I'm not having those conversations with people online. I think I'm I'm right there with you with my tolerance level. Here's the mistake that you're making, and this is the advice I'll give you. I've never once in my life checked my blocked list. And from now on, you're not going to check your blocked list either. There's a reason you block these people. You don't want to hear from them anymore. So once you block them, they are blocked. They are done. They are excommunicated from the church of your life. You can just be free of them and you can move on. There's so many other people out there.
Language like that.
Yeah.
There's so many other people out
He
there
does
that
it
you can
so
be friends
rarely.
with who you don't have
So
to
you appreciate
plead.
it when he does it.
You don't have to plead the value of a human life to as the bedrock of your friendship. Are you kidding me? Like, come on, maybe we could see these people as human beings. Like, no, you'll find other great people out there. So that's my advice to you, TC. Stop checking the block list. There's a reason why you're shunting those people into a black hole. Just move on with your life. Those people, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. I promise you. They're going to realize, oh, you know what? TC's a bleeding heart libtard, and that's why he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. You can retreat to your separate camps, which you were going to end up there anyway. I'll save you the time. That's my time.
Good advice, and nothing changes. There's no chance.
TC wasn't asking for change. He's not asking for change.
What do you want? This
You
is
don't know
the
what TC's
ultimate-
asking
this is
for.
the-
He's reaching out because he's.
Do you think I don't know what turnip cobbler Libby is asking for right now? You don't think I know what he's asking for?
Cobbler.
I think that Tent City Libby understands exactly. No, it doesn't make any sense. The point is not to be right or to be righteous. The point is to change fucking minds. The point is to get people to stop thinking that way, and they are not going to do it from people who shun them and hate them. They're going to do it from people who love them and are kind to them and hear them out and give their opinions. That is the only way. Diplomacy is the only thing that's ever worked. That's always been the way that it's worked. It doesn't. It's hard for me because it's hard for me because it's the only advice I'm going against because I know I'm going to pick Adams. And I know it. And I hate myself for it.
Well,
and I don't
listen,
like
we
myself.
appreciate the letter, truly constipated Libby. We have all given our advice. We will get to who won today's episode in the third act, but in the meantime, we have to pay a few more bills. This is an expensive pod. The equipment, the makeup and hair teams we have, none of this pays for itself. We have to really, really earn some money through this podcast. So help us out. Join our Patreon over the break. Do it right now. You've been on the fence. Join us right now, and we'll be back in the third act with a winner. We have to help poor Texas country Libby.
Stay tuned.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Business. We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
And we are back. We've been helping Turncoat Libby from Minnesota. He has, if you were
tea and crumpets, Libby.
Ooh,
the ampersand.
I like it.
The ampersand is implied.
How about Theodore Chipmunk?
TCB Libby, the country's best Libby?
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good.
What do you got, Andrew?
I said Theodore Chipmunk.
Theodore Chipmunk.
Remember?
Yeah, Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Yeah. In my recollection, Alvin the Rascal, Simon the Nerd.
Yeah, we did
Theodore,
Ninja Turtles. Who's the best of the
baby.
chipmunks? There's three chipmunks.
What's Theodore's attributes? Just baby.
Theodore's just like
baby.
likes food and he's like a baby.
Oh, yeah, he's a pudgy baby.
Sadly, I gotta vote Alvin, and even though he was insufferable, the other two were even worse, I think.
Yeah.
Simon was no Donatello, I'll tell you that. He was no Donatello.
He was a nerd, but he was no Donatello.
He was not.
I think I'm going to vote for the Chipettes, whatever their names
you're going
were.
Chipettes.
I'm going Chipettes.
I love that you don't know their names because they're women.
I don't bother to learn
the
women's names,
WNBA of the Saturday morning
cartoons.
Like,
Anyway, back to helping trippin' cunt Libby get his groove back here with his friends, because this guy be tripping.
Yeah, he's a trippin' cunt.
Am I right? He's tripping. Anyway, TC Libby back helping him. If you missed it, send a letter about, how to deal with a person you had as a friend who is ideologically way away from where you stand and has come back wondering if you're okay because you cut them off. What do you do? Just to recap our advice, I went first. I said I would respond. I would explain why I had disappeared for a bit and try to have a dialogue about it with this person if you truly care about them, because I think that is ultimately what is going to change people's minds. Adam, what was yours? Recap.
Fake that you've been abducted in the night. Scare the pants off of him and let him know what it means when someone gets disappeared illegally and how awful that is through a very, very rompous act out of you being disappeared in the night to an El Salvador prison merely for watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
All right. Okay. And to Andrew?
And mine was, don't check your block list. There's a reason why you blocked them. Quit looking in there.
All right. We have it. Once again, the rules are we all get to cast a vote. You cannot vote for yourself. In the event of a tie, it will go to Patreon. All right, here we go. I guess I will vote first. I have made it clear who I will be voting for. I thought it was creative. I don't think it'll change anybody's mind other than just get an
pretty good prank,
laugh.
though. Pretty good prank.
Yeah, it's a really good prank. And I if they see what you're doing, they have to go, that's kind of funny. They have to. So I'm going to vote for Adam Caton Holland in this one. Really good job. And it pisses me off. I don't like saying nice things about you.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. And I think it's a win for me, but it's a vote for me, but it's also a vote for the power of art. Sometimes art, sometimes satire.
Sometimes art,
can
satire
really
is. And remember, that is
more
satire to
effective.
everybody out there. Anybody.
Yep.
All right, Adam, you go ahead. You can cast your vote here.
boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think, while I agree with Ben more, I, in practice, do what Andrew does. So, true to myself,
Thank you.
I think I have to vote with what I'm actually doing, which is, fuck it, fuck them. Who cares?
The old right versus what I do debate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Ben is right, but that's not what I do.
Yeah,
I'm
that
the
was
king-
why. That's
I
my.
am the
It's like
king
it
of the
sounds
write-off.
great. It sounds great.
I was writing people off long before MAGA. You fucking looked at me wrong. You're out. You're out of here. As my accountant says, I'm the king of the write-off. I write people off left and fucking right, dog. So I think I vote how what Andrew proposed.
Okay.
Andrew, you've got my vote.
Yeah, I like what Ben said. I just don't ever do it. I can't plead to you that like queer people are are human beings. I can't. There are definitely things that I can have those conversations with people about, and I'm like, I think we can come to some common ground. But it's like, if you see gay people as the enemy, I don't think we're gonna find any common ground other than me destroying you. However, Adam's little prank, it was funny. It was enjoyable. But once I was thinking about it, I was like, that could genuinely, I mean, it's a psychotic thing to do to someone, but who cares? You already blocked this person anyway. It's fine if they leave your life. But as like an exercise in showing them how that might feel, it could actually be effective if they're like, holy shit, oh my God, what happened? You don't have to be as over the top as like the direct parallel of people being deported. But if you were like, oh yeah, I got disappeared for this, and they're all panicking, they'd be like, no, I didn't. But how did that make you feel when you found that out? Were you like sad? Were you upset for me? Yeah, that's how people are.
It's a fucking smart play. And honestly, TC, I'm beginning to think, even if you use my advice, it's a good inroad to that. It's a great way to start the call.
So although it's an incredible amount of psychological manipulation, and normally I would never advocate for gamesmanship like that, I am voting for Adam.
Yes.
Congrats.
Adam pulls the W. That'll be 10
wins for
and
your
11.
boy.
It is neck and neck.
It is
wow,
tight
we
here
are
in Vice Fight.
Ooh, baby.
and we have. Oh man, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Now that I've secured the win through the power of satire, I'd like to give my real advice. I think, and I just want to say this to Tiny Cock Libby to give him a little bit of advice.
No more after that one. Tiny Cock Libby is great.
I write people off all the time, and I get mad as hell with Andrew. I really do think Ben's right, and I think it's like in America right now, it's as scary as it's ever fucking been. And it feels like a true civil war is like imminent. That's how it feels to be in America right now. And maybe I'm being really hysterical, but that's where my head's at a lot of the time.
There won't be a civil war, Adam, because only one side is armed. So don't panic. There's no civil war on the horizon. Don't worry about it.
I think because of the stakes and because of your proximity to this dude who you once went to metal shows with, and I think you gauge your desire. If you're like, I think this guy was fun, we had a good time once, and I think you think, could I even possibly get through to him 5%? If you do think that, hit him up and go to coffee. Take one swing. And if it's like, he's a fucking brick wall, I was right. But it's like, dude, if you convince one person, it's like, oh, maybe I'll de-escalate a little bit. I think that will help, and that's why Ben's point was the right way.
I think,
but
I also think what
win.
Adam said. I agree with Adam. What Adam said is determining what level of interest. Like, is this just an acquaintance that your life? I mean, it doesn't. You don't. But if it's somebody you care about and it's somebody that you value, and you know to be a good person at heart, I think it's worth having a conversation to just express your but
if you saw a
but I do
show
agree with
up,
Adam. I'd weigh it out. I mean, there are certainly people that I'm like, I'm not gonna, I don't care what you know what I mean.
But
like,
if you saw a metal show coming up and you're like, oh man, it would have been fun to go with that dude. If you feel even like that way, go for it.
Yeah.
And Tiny Cock Libby, thank you so much.
Wow, got that one again. Got that one again.
The problem is I met TC and I think he's kind of a jacked dude.
He seems like a big guy. I bet he's got a hog.
Yeah,
I bet TC's rocking a hog.
And that's part of the fun of to cut TC down.
Again, that's the satire. Because a guy who has a hog saying he has a tiny cock, well, that's fun. Because we flipped it on its head.
That's
and that is why it was funny.
Always
Ben and Andrew, did you
fun.
get why that was funny?
That's funny.
Now that's
funny. What I call.
We're changing.
That is what I call funny.
That's what we're calling our next comedy album. Now that's what I call comedy one.
Yeah. Wasn't Andrew going to do that?
It already is my album. That is my last album.
But you changed it to Doom Man.
I have good ideas.
No, the special is called Doom Man.
Yeah, that's illegal. You shouldn't be able to do that.
It's not.
You shouldn't be able to have
the
release
album
do one
two
thing
products
and
of the exact same thing.
And I'm glad we got this on record. I haven't said how much against this I am by you, Andrew, but I'm mad at you for doing that.
No, you can have both. It's an album and a special. So there.
Well, there's nothing special about having two names. I'll tell you that much.
Well, thank you, Trick Cuck Libby. And
I knew somebody was going to go for another one.
Trumpet Coitus Libby is out, and thank you so much.
Turkey Cuddler
we appreciate
Libby. Happy Thanksgiving.
Cuddler. There's the winner.
Huge thanks to producer Ron Doyle for making this podcast happen. Big thanks to Mike Henderson for all of your help with that Plan 9 sound to get all of that audio at our live show. Big thank you to Charlie Continental for those sweet tunes at the top and bottom of every episode. You can follow us everywhere at Grawlix Comedy on all the social medias. And as always, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Grawlix Saves. What do you guys have coming up? Do you guys have anything coming up? Because I'll give you my plugs right now. If you're listening to this,
you seem fired up. Get into it, dog.
If you're listening to this, when this episode,
why did I say steam first?
Full steam ahead.
Steam bath.
Wait, I want to do a full one. Full steam ahead to the Venezuela.
Thank you. But isn't El Salvador the Salvador, Adam?
Andrew.
Adam?
Now you're in some shit that I'm willing to listen to.
Adam? Isn't
Now
it
it's getting
the
deeper.
Salvador?
Now
So
it's
I
getting
think I'm
deeper.
using the parlance of the region. So sue me. So sue me.
Are you saying that El Salvador is the parlance of the entire region?
I'm just saying.
Because I
There's
feel like that's a
I'm
real
just saying,
big swing at Nicaragua, Panama, Honduras, all of them.
Costa Rica. Come on.
You just lost
Thank
us
you.
so many fucking listeners.
the Costa Rica.
Anyway,
Okay.
for people listening, I will be at Fest again in Gainesville, Florida, October 21st. We will be at Will's Pub, October 22nd, Palomino, October 23rd at Lucy's. Plus, that's with Spells. Plus, I will be doing 2 stand-up sets, one at Baby J's, and then one half-hour set. I will be doing a longer set there. Check the schedule. It is going to be a blast. If you're going to be at Fest, please come out and see both Spells and come out and see me tell some jokes. What do you got, Andrew? What do you have coming up?
You know what? I'm going to plug the Grolix here in October. It is Saturday, the 25th. Let's pack it out. It's going to be nice and chilly. We've got Amy Miller coming in, some other special guests. So come to the Grolix. I think we might have a video, sketch video as well.
I can confirm it. We do.
Excellent.
I think
that's awesome.
I think this comes out in time to plug my Vermont shows. If you're listening to it the week it comes out, I'll be in Vermont this weekend. Vermont Comedy Club the 17th and the 18th. And then I would also like to plug, I'm in Houston the following week, October 23rd. So if you're down in Tejas, like old Texas country Libby, come on out to Houston on October 23rd. And then, Vermont this weekend. Actually, fuck it. Come to both. Go to my shows in Vermont and then go to my shows in Texas the following week.
Follow them around.
Follow
like
me around
the
a
dead.
little bit.
Wow.
Tour with
like
me
the
a little
Grateful
bit.
Dead.
Yeah.
Tour with me
As
a little bit.
always, links to all of those shows, the ticket links are down in the show notes. And that is it. That's the episode. We helped him out. We helped Tiny Cock Libby. I can't let go of it.
I know,
That's the
it's a
one
good
that's
one.
really stuck with
we
me.
dug him out. We helped him out. We saw him in his car. It was just buried in the snow. He couldn't get out. And we said, hey, I can help you. And we attached a chain to our car and we pulled him out. We got him out of there.
Old, truly cute Libby. Truly cute Libby. Libby, what an episode. And we will be back next week with another episode of Advice Fight. In the meantime,
No, I want to say, nope, not at all. I want to stay one more time for the record. The way that Maine treated the people that were immigrating for a new life,
Adam.
the Franco,
Thank you.
Franco community as they came into Maine, the way they were treated by the Canada.
The Canada, nice.
the Canada Libby.
The Canada Libby. Wait, I said
Play
it wrong.
us out,
The
Charlie.
way
Please
whatever.
play us out.
Play us out, Charlie.
We're here to help you mostly just fine. Advice Fight. I think you're wrong 'cause I know I'm right. Advice Fight. I say advice, you say fight. I say advice, you say fight. Advice, fight, advice, fight, advice, fight, advice, fight. Advice, fight.
I'm done.
Wait, I said it wrong.
Because it wasn't the Canada that was treating him bad. It was the Maine. That's why I fucked it. I got it backwards. I was
all right.
trying to do a
It's
double
all right.
thing. I was trying to do a double callback, and there was like a level of math I wasn't ready for, and it just didn't work.
It's okay.
But otherwise, the humor that I provided on this episode, I felt was pretty good, because I said he had a tiny cock when he has a hog, and that was funny. And then it was
Andrew,
funny
you wanna
to
press
his
stop?
friend.
Yeah,
who
I will
thought
press
that he was
stop.
kidnapped when he wasn't kidnapped, and it was the power of